So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Throwing now is Murray. And this is incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. DeAndre Carter back deep. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak, and what's working in their favor?
He's got a man complete, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
That's good for a Cardinal.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Murray now to throw. Looking underneath, and he finds McKinnon. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here comes Carter. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Herbert on first down now. Out left, he's got it to Everett.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
6 yards left on 2nd down. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Herbert.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort turned it into a successful play.
Throwing on second and long. Herbert looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. Herbert throwing again. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Hopkins' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
1st down, Murray. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Murray going to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Here's Murray. He finds McKinnon, complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Murray now on first down. He's going deep for Brown. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray. And then he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
A final shot before half for Murray. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. He's got a man, complete. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert escaping the pressure right to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
This is fielded at the 27. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster
That's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now Murray. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Murray now on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Murray again, 2nd and 10.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
The Charger drive about to get going. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Still searching for that first interception in this game and down on the scoreboard. Remember, they won last week, and a big reason why they had 3 picks.
And one characteristic I've always noticed about great defenses is that they want to be the ones that have a huge impact on the game and actually lead their teams to victory. So you just noted 3 interceptions last week and they won. And a little extra pressure that they're feeling right now because they haven't gotten those interceptions in this game, and they're losing.
Back to the air. Herbert on 2nd down.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better...
Now the ball comes loose and picked up by the Chargers.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now a give running left is Eckler. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Jalen Guyton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw, it's Murray. He's going to look deep for more. And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Just Dustin Hopkins to kick off for the Chargers.
Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 2nd and 10, Murray. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert throwing the out route, and he's got Eckler. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Chargers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Eckler now between the tackles. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Hopkins with the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken in at the 3.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Murray going to throw.
can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Murray now. And this is Ertz with it, right side.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
First down, Murray. And this will be swung out here for counter. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. He's going to air one out. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cards are going to take possession of the football.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And the kick here is good, so add 3 to the total. But they're still coming up well short, and that is how this one comes to an end.
And as this defense walks